Fernandez on the mic tonight. High school football under those Friday lights. Corona, Riverside, Redlands in the frame. You Kuiper, Murrieta, they all bring the game. First whistle to the final score. Every big play keeps you coming back for more. The stands are packed, the pride runs deep. Inland Empire never misses sleep. Wednesday night, 7:05. You know the whole town comes alive. Every drive, every tackle, every cheer. Pep got the hottest seat in here. The Inland Sports Show, the Inland Sports Show. Number one, no doubt, let it show. The Inland Sports Show, the Inland Sports Show. Pep Fernandez runs the show. The one that hits hard, Riverside brings heat. Redlands grinding every fourth down beat. Kuiper makes a stand, Murrieta stays tall. One region, one heartbeat, we love it all. He breaks it down plain, he calls it true. Every team gets a spotlight view. If you want the pulse of the inland scene, Pep the place where the story's seen. Tonight, 7:05, you know the whole town comes alive. Every drive, every tackle, every cheer. Pep got the hottest seat in here. The Inland Sports Show, the Inland Sports Show. Number one, no doubt, let it show. The Inland Sports Show, the Inland Sports Show. Pep Fernandez runs the show. Pep Fernandez runs the show. From the valley to the hills, every rival, every thrill. Hear the name and you already know. Pep Fernandez steals the show. Steals the show. Steals the show. Steals the show. Show. Pep Fernandez runs the show. The Inland Sports Show. The Inland Sports Show. Number one, no doubt, let it show.
And what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Inland Sports Show here on a Wednesday night. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. We appreciate you tuning in. We got some high school football coming your way on this show as we get ready for the 2026 season. In fact, it was an impromptu tour of the Ivy League a little bit. We got Poly Bears quarterback Marjok Gustafson, and we're also going to hear from Adam Contreras, the head football coach for the Liberty Bison as well. So before we get to those things, we do want to remind you that for the upcoming high school football season, if you're a local business or an organization, you'd like to help us share the positive stories here IE. Well, football season is a great time to join with us and partner in sharing these awesome stories. You can join our team by emailing us at inlandsportshow@gmail.com, or you can find us all over social media and let us know that you want to help us find these awesome, positive sports stories in the IE and help us share them here on the show. We can also promote your business or your brand or your organization. So shoot us an email, inlandsportshow@gmail.com, or just find us on any social media platform. And also, if you'd like to specifically sponsor and support the Inland Sports All-Stars, we did that. We didn't do it last year, but we've done it before, where each week throughout the high school football season, we pick 4 or 5 All-Stars and talk about them and their stats that week. So if you're interested in that specifically, just let us know. Same deal, inlandsportshow@gmail.com, or you can just hit us up on social media. Either way works, and we'd love to hear from you. All right, now let's get to some high school football. Again, Pauley Bears quarterback Marjok Gustafson. He's coming off a great year in which they won a Sun Belt League title, but now the Bears get bumped up to the Ivy League. They've got a very tough schedule, including 4 of their 5 games against other really good Riverside schools. They're also playing Rev in non-league play. The Wildcats had a great bounce-back season last year. And, of course, Ivy League, man, all those great teams in the Ivy League, including reigning champ Orange Vista. So it's going to be a very tough schedule, but Bears QB Marjok Gustafson says they are ready for that challenge. Here he is on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show as we get ready for the 2026 high school football season. The quarterback of your Riverside Pauley Bears, Marjok Gustafson. And Marjok, hey, listen, you guys were great last year in 2025. You won a league championship. It was a successful season by any way you want to measure it. But I was looking at your schedule in 2026, man. You guys have a tough schedule. You're going to be in the Ivy League, so things are going to be tougher for you guys, this upcoming year. So how do you prepare for those, those expectations, just knowing that the competition's going to be, it's going to be tough this year?
I mean, each year we're always the underdog. Everyone counts us out, so it's nothing new for us. So this year we just got to keep on building up from what we did last year and just compete, give 100% every game. Just have fun out there.
All right, so if folks are watching the show and they're a casual high school football fan, so the way they do it in the Rain Cross Conference is if you're really good, they'll bump you up. So Riverside Poly was in the Sun Belt. They won the Sun Belt League Championship. Now they're in the Ivy League. And Marjok, when we're talking about Ivy League, we're talking about Orange Vista, Liberty, Vista del Lago. I mean, there's some really good teams in there, and you guys, obviously will hang with all those teams, but it's just going to be a little bit tougher. Is that kind of exciting though, as well, like going up against some really good teams?
Yeah, really exciting because now people see us, so they bumped us up now. So we just gotta show that we can hang with them and just compete with them also.
So going back to last season and going into this year, what do you feel like were the biggest things that you as a quarterback wanted to get better at? What do you feel like there were some areas that you feel like, you know what, last year was great, had a good year, but I feel like I can still be a better quarterback for my team, and if you can clean up certain areas?
Last year I was great at the deep balls. This year I want to focus on just throwing the short routes, dumping down low instead of just focusing up deep. Yeah.
So I know you're a baseball guy too. So how do you? Is football always going on in the background? Like you never not stop practicing and throwing and all those sorts of things, even though you might be doing other things and playing baseball or whatever.
Yeah, like usually if we have no games on the weekends, I'll go to training, and if we got games on the weekend, I'll just take it off. But usually football is always going on in the background.
So you had some really good targets last year on offense, Henry, Gaines. I mean, I could go on and on. So what's the offense looking like this year for you guys?
A lot different. We don't have MJ or Gaines, but it's okay. We got to move past them. It's a new year, so it's a new players. They can step up and just fill that role in, and I got to trust them.
So this time of the year, I mean, here we are in July, and high school football is 5 weeks away, 6 weeks away from that first game from week 0. So at this time of the year, I mean, is it like, hey, I just want to get out on the field, let's just get this thing going, or do you try to maybe enjoy your downtime as long as you can because it's about to get real fast?
No, I'm ready. I want the pads. I want helmets. I want to play right now. I'm stoked, excited for this new league.
If I was going to ask Coach Gilbert, what the expectations were going to be for this team this year, is it all the same things that you guys have, win a league championship, make a CIF, championship run? I know Pauly just a couple of years ago played in a finals. So, if I know I can't put words in his mouth, but if you're going to, speak for Coach Gilbert, what do you think his expectations are for this team this year?
To compete, we gotta always compete. The job's not finished, so every game, focus on winning, give 100% no matter what, win or lose, but also get the ring too. But yeah.
What did you guys do last year as a team well? What did you feel like the strength was on last year's team that you hope carries over? Like, you did it so well last year, to try to build on that and continue to maybe use that as one of the strengths on this team, or some confidence that you guys can have at least going into 2026?
Last year, like beginning of league, our team just found a brotherhood. We found a way to like have fun together, competed together. We built each other up. So I hope this year we can improve upon that and just find a way to connect, because that's how we're going to win, is by connecting together and competing as a team.
Now, Marjok, I wanted to ask you, so one is, how did you get started in football? And two, have you always been a quarterback? Because you're a big guy. I mean, they probably were like, hey, he can play tight end, he can play linebacker. They're probably going to put you in a bunch of different spots. So how did you start playing football, and why did you kind of gravitate towards the quarterback position?
Like growing up, I was always watching football with my dad, and then we watched a Michael Vick documentary, and then I just love what he did as a quarterback, so I just wanted to be like him growing up. So that's why I picked number 7, because of Michael Vick. But then also growing up, I was also playing tight end, so that did, yeah.
So at what age or what team did you have to make a decision like, hey, am I a tight end or am I a quarterback, or whatever, if you were going to pick one of those positions?
I think it was 13, first year of Pop Warner, or with the Riverside Rams. Mm-hmm. I was either a receiver or a quarterback, and no one wanted to play quarterback, so I just stepped in, and I've been in love with it ever since then.
Obviously, when you look at the quarterback position, and I'm just, repeating what everyone else says too, that regardless of the sport, and maybe a catcher in baseball, but regardless of the sport, the quarterback is probably the most important position on the football field, maybe of any sport. Do you like having, I don't want to say pressure, but, everything kind of hinges on you, especially on offense, like, hey, if you play well, the team's probably is going to do well and win some games. Do you like that?
I love it. It shows that they have faith in you, and I have faith in them to do their job. So they always rely on me. So that's what I like about being the quarterback, is you're the guy. You have to lead the team, and I like leading the team. So that's what I like about it.
All right, Marjok, I had the schedule right in front of me. I'm going to pull it up one more time, because before you get to Ivy League, you've got 5 non-league games, man, and they are all good ones. I know, and again, I want to give a shout out to Redlands East Valley. They had a great year last year, so even Rev is a tough game. But you play 4 Riverside schools besides Rev. You open with Hillcrest, then at North, and they're going to be much improved. King's always good. Ramona's a rivalry game. So when you look at that non-league schedule, do you feel like, you guys are going to learn a lot about yourselves in those first 5 games, because you're going to go up against some really good teams. You're going to find out, hey, what are we good at? Maybe some areas that we need to get better to compete in Ivy League play. What do you think of those 5 non-league games for you guys this year?
It's a great way to open the season. It shows what are we made out of. It shows how can we compete against teams that are not in our leagues. And then it's a fun way to open it against schools against Riverside, because we don't like the other schools like North, King, Ramona. So it's a great way to show our competitiveness and stuff like that.
That's the perfect segue. I was going to ask you, I mean, if you ask, Ramona or King or one of the other schools what it means to play Pauly, they would say the same thing. That's a big game. It's a rivalry game. That's a game they have to win. Do you like playing those other Riverside schools? I assume you guys maybe kind of know each other. You played Riverside Rams, so I don't know if you grew up with some of these guys. You must know them. Is it a big deal to you guys when you play other Riverside schools?
It's a huge deal. Especially last year when we beat North, it was the best thing we did during that week, because every day we build up to beating that team, and once we do, it's just like, let's go. We beat this Riverside team. So it's a great thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like the unofficial, Riverside Championship. I'd throw Norte Vista in there. Norte Vista's good. I know you don't play them, but they're really a good team too. But between you guys, Hillcrest, North, King, and Ramona, I mean, we might crown a city of Riverside champion, with that kind of a schedule right there. And then again, Rev is third place team out of the CBL last year, so they're good too. That's a very awesome, fun, competitive non-league schedule for you guys. So Marjok, before we wrap this up, let me ask you. So if you were going to finish this sentence for me, how would you do it? If Riverside Poly is going to win a league title and make a deep CIF run, the Bears need to blank. What do you guys need to do to bring home another league title and maybe make a CIF run, whatever that may be, quarter, semis, championship, whatever it takes?
They need fellowship. We need to be together because it's a team. The game is now 1 versus 11. It's 11 versus 11. So we need to stick together, win together, fight together. It's a brotherhood. It's a fellowship. So that's how we can win this league, champion, and everything like that.
Are you guys in dead period right now still?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you ready to go though? Are you ready to get back out there?
I'm stoked. I just got back from training with a group of guys. We're doing work on ourselves without the coaches, but yeah, I'm stoked.
You ready to go, man? I can't believe it. The summer always goes way too fast, and before you know, it's like, is it really football? I know it's like 100 degrees out. How could it be football? But here we are going into football season, man. So, hey, Marjok, congrats on all the success so far. Best of luck here in 2026. Can't wait to see you guys a lot on the Friday Night Pep Rally on Riverside TV coming up this season, man. Love covering you and the Bears and expecting big things again, man. So go out there and have a ball, man. Have a lot of fun and have a lot of success.
Thank you. This is a lot. Thank you for your time.
You got it. That's Riverside Poly quarterback Marjok Gustafson here on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.
All right, Marjok Gustafson from Riverside Poly Football. We're going to take a quick commercial break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we're going to keep it in the Ivy League as we check in with Liberty Bison head coach Adam Contreras. That's next here on the Inland Sports Show right after this.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands with Dr. Marcus Paulson. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist that you can trust. And Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken. The Inland Sports Show is proud to partner with Dr. Marcus Paulson and Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Dr. Paulson and his team work with children, teens, and adults using orthodontic products like traditional braces and Invisalign to make a difference in the appearance, comfort, and function of each patient's teeth. Paulson Orthodontics welcomes new patients, so schedule a visit today. Paulson Orthodontics. We make braces fun.
All right, welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. If you've made it this far, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. We would appreciate it. We're going to talk more football, but we got first some big local football news. Let's see, my sources down in the Winchester area, down at Liberty High School, are telling me that the legendary Craig Broach is back in the game. There he is, the former Heritage head coach, won a CIF Southern section title with the Patriots. First head coach at Liberty High School is back in the game as a head coach for the Liberty Girls flag football team. Congratulations, Coach Broach, back in the game. My inside sources telling me down there at Liberty High School. All right, let's talk some Bison football, man. They're coming off a second place finish in the Ivy League from a year ago, and they played a tough schedule last year, and they played a lot of very close games. One point games. I almost said one run like baseball, one run games. But it was a good season, but there was a lot of close games. And Liberty head coach Adam Contreras thinks they've got another great squad. Ivy League's going to be tough. They got some good opponents. He's just hoping maybe to get a little bit of breathing room in some of these games. So let's check in with Liberty head coach Adam Contreras here on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show as we ramp up to the 2026 season as the head coach of the Liberty Bison, Adam Contreras. And Coach, here we go again, man. I know it's the month of July, but the football season is knocking on the door. It is right around the corner. So at this time of the year, are you still trying to relax a little bit, or can you not relax because you know just a couple weeks away the helmets and pads are coming out?
Yeah, I try. Hey, how's it going, Pep? Thanks for having me. Yeah, I try to relax this summer. We're in a dead period last week. I just got back from Texas, and I try to relax. But I was up at 4:30 a.m. thinking about next week, and I again like to relax, but football is knocking at the door, and it's right around the corner, and it just the competitor in you thinks about the game, and whether you like it or not. So
Yeah, I mean, you feel like, hey, every day I could be doing something, right, to get better, or, game planning for something, or coming up with a new play, or, something, right, to feel like you guys are going to be ready for that first game of the year.
Yeah, it's something. It's always in the back of your mind, and, but I am enjoying it, with my 3 kids, and I'm outside all the time with them playing water balloons. I bought 75 3-packs of those instant fill water balloons, and so we've been playing with water balloons every day, and I've been really good at taking naps, and just playing dad and husband before the season comes up. So
yeah, I learned a long time ago, you sleep when the kids sleep, so if they're going down for a nap, that's a good time to take a nap too. Right?
Oh man, I've been great at it. So
well, Coach, it looks like you're doing a very good job fighting off the gray hairs. Like, I think you're doing a good job over there, even though you got a hat on right now. But, man, I was looking at your schedule last year. I know how you guys did, but I was kind of like digging a little bit deeper. I don't know if there's another team in the IE that played as many close games as you guys, which would definitely give me gray hairs. When you look back at last year, maybe I'm being overly dramatic, but I just feel like you guys were like every single game, and you won a bunch of them, but every single game was like a battle, and it was close.
You're absolutely right. I have some. I have some. I tuck it back, and I'm still going strong, but they're in there. And oh man, yes. Thanks for bringing that up. We played so many close games. I think with I think the first 4 games, we lost 3, and they were within, I think, a total of 9 points, differential. And then, a 1-point loss, to Orange Vista, and, even our last quarterfinal game. And man, that was a close one. And we played a lot of close games, and my principal and athletic director, they were like, can we please not have another close game? Just please. and so, but we like to make it exciting in Winchester, California. So, but no, I mean, we play a good schedule, and it's a battle every week, and those are sometimes the way it unfolds. So, hopefully, we don't have too many of those. Or if we're on the winning side of those, then we could laugh it off. So
yeah, and you won a bunch of them. So what do you think that says about your team, that you get into these games where it's kind of like who has the ball last, or who has the last drive of the game to win it or defend it. But the fact that you won a bunch of those games, I think speaks volumes about your team, like the grit that it takes to find a way to win when it comes down to maybe just a couple plays.
Absolutely. And that's kind of the mentality of our guys, is that grit and that just perseverance and just, we're playing 4 quarters and, sometimes overtime, like against Paloma, we went to, I think, triple overtime and it was Paris Peacock and you know what I mean? It was just, our guys just kept grinding. That's kind of been our mentality. You just earn everything and just grind it out until the final whistle. So,
well, Coach, we know you like to run the football. You just brought up Paris Peacock. I ran into your guy Chris DeBose at one of the University of Redlands camps. Is it business as usual for the Bison? Are we going to see like another strong running attack? Is DeBose going to be like that marquee guy? Are you going to use several running backs? What's that look like?
Yeah, DeBose, he's an absolute monster.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I was on social media and he's working. I mean, he's in there. I mean, he looks like a collegiate athlete already, and he's just, he's one of the hardest workers out there. And it will be the Chris DeBose show, this year, running the football. We kind of have a 3-headed monster with him leading, Isaac Ayala, and then even with Gavin Ramirez. We're going to run the ball, but we have a pretty good quarterback, Julian Gallardo. Who can sling the football, and we feel pretty good about our skill guys. And so, we've been kind of putting in those things. I've been talking to my offensive coordinator and because people, they load the box and, okay, Liberty's going to run the ball again. But, we feel that, we can throw the ball this year and we've been putting in some new things for these guys and for Julian and our skill guys. And, in turn will help our run game be even, more of a threat. So, but again, if all else fails, we know how to run the ball. So, but we are looking to throw the ball a little bit more this year. So
it's all cyclical, right? If you want to throw the football, you got to be able to run it, and if you want to run the football, you got to be able to throw it, right? Keep that defense honest over there.
Absolutely.
And I think you must have been at Heritage, right, when they played Citrus Hill, and Citrus Hill didn't attempt a single pass in that championship game.
Yeah, that was my first year.
Was it? So it can be done if you just want to go all run.
It can be done. That was a really good team, and I mean we were really good as well. And yeah, it could be just put the ball on the ground and just grind it out, and we have the guys to do that as well. But again, it helps to put the ball in the air and have some home runs. And, again, we feel we have some of those guys this year. And, but yeah, that was a throwback. Ooh, I remember that. I still talk to Broge about that game. And, that was a grind for sure.
Yeah, that was an instant classic down there. That was for sure. Coach, I'm looking at your non-league schedule. It looks like it's a lot of the usual suspects, for you guys playing Temecula Valley. You got Elsinore on the schedule, Hemet. Through the non-league portion of your schedule, what are you just hoping to see from your team as you kind of build up to a very competitive Ivy League?
Yeah, that's just it. Those teams are going to be battles. Starting with Temecula Valley, we're kind of one-on-one. We took the first one. They took it last year. So that's going to be a battle. They have a good squad. And then Sultana, Elsinore, like I said, Hemet, Paloma. What I'm hoping is to kind of work out all the kinks and start playing our best football going into league. We have a very tough league again. And, and some teams moved in to the league, Pauley and Rancho Christian. And I'm hoping we can kind of, figure out who we are by then and, find out who our guys are that are going to step up and, kind of, again, work out all the kinks and kind of see our, what type of team we're going to be. I know what type of team, I'm hoping we could be, but, but once we put the gear on and we start playing, it all unfold the way it's going to unfold. And, but I'm excited for that non-league because, again, there's different types of teams that we're playing. From the high desert team to a rival, right across the freeway with Paloma, and that's always a battle. It always has been, and so it's an exciting non-league.
And then the Ivy League, obviously Orange Vista is still the team to beat, until someone knocks them off. Orange Vista is the team to beat in the Ivy League. But, I mean, you mentioned Rancho Christian coming in, Riverside Poly coming in. I feel like the Ivy League probably has never been tougher. I mean, probably all these teams feel like, including yourself, feel like you have a chance to win a league championship. Vista Del Lago's always tough. I don't leave anybody out. But, man, I feel like the Ivy League might be wide open, but it's never been tougher. I mean, every team is really good in that league.
It is a grind from Vista Del Lago. Was our first game going in, and that was another close one. Came down to the last play, and and
Orange Vista was a 1-point game, wasn't it?
And Orange Vista, we were up on them, and they were loaded, and they'll be loaded again this year. And came down to 1 point. We were 1 point away from winning league, and you try, you don't look forward to playoffs, but again, you got to grind for these wins to get that automatic bid. And it kind of came, because you think, all right, you can win 3 games and possibly get an automatic bid. But things got weird in the Ivy League last year where, if we lost that last game, there was some, it's up to the Cal Prep ratings or the HS ratings, whatever that is. And, but it's going to be a grind it's going to be a gauntlet every single game. And man, but our guys are ready. They know what they're in for, and they've been working, because they know, we're in the toughest league, and there's no games off. So it's going to be, again, like I said, a grind every single game.
So, Coach, when you come out of dead period and, helmets and pads, I'm not sure what the exact date is, but it's probably, maybe 3 weeks away or about that, to get helmets and pads out. What do you think is the most important thing that you guys want to do as a team the next couple of weeks to be ready for Temecula Valley in week 0?
Yeah, just the coaches and I have been talking and, looking at spring, looking at summer, and kind of dial in some of the things that we need to take care of, and get in shape. We have to get in shape. We have some two-way players. We have to really get in shape. And then ultimately, I want our team. We have a close-knit team, but I want them to get closer. I want them to, we probably had our best practice, the last practice before the dead period. And we were grinding, man. We were grinding, and the guys came together, and they kind of looked, to their left and right, and I'm like, man, I'm going to go to battle with that guy. I'm going to go to battle with this guy, and I want more of that. Mm-hmm. And it was cool because there was a line of guys after practice. They're like, Coach, we need more of that. We need to step it up even more, and that's just how hungry our guys are. And so I think those things, if we could kind of focus on those things, and that'll kind of set us up. And I believe the day we get helmets, it's July 27th, which is kind of a weird day. But
so were you thinking at the time, did dead period come at the wrong time? You're like, man, we're having great practices. We need to just keep going, man. We should have had it earlier, in June or something.
Yeah, a little bit. We kind of, look at our dead period and man, we have all this momentum, and then, it's like the hydration break or something like
yes.
that. And so, but again, seeing that the guys are working still, and they're hungry, and what's cool is that these leaders are kind of stepping up, and emerging as leaders, as captains, and they're kind of getting guys together in groups and working out on it, because we know we can't really orchestrate it, but they're kind of taking ownership of the team, and that's really cool. And so I think we're gonna, come in and hit the ground running, just like we were. So we've got a good plan, and ultimately the guys are ready for it, and they're going to ask for more. And so, which is always cool as well. So.
And now, I mean, Liberty's been around long enough. You have some classes go through. Kind of the foundation has been laid. I knew, relatively speaking, still a newer school, but you feel like it's more established now, right? People know what Liberty football is about. When the kids join the program, they know what the culture is. They know what the program is, stands for, right?
Absolutely. And so those guys who paved the way early on, did a tremendous job when we were brand new and there was still construction and we were practicing at Wheatfield Park or something like that. Those guys truly set the foundation and set the bar, and the bar kind of raised, every single year. And, we won our first playoff game last year and made it to the quarterfinals. And that's the standard now. And the guys, who are now upperclassmen, they're not settling for anything less than that. And then the young bucks come in, and, we have our 1-day camp, and they're passing on the traditions to them. They're, making them, say, oh, no, we don't walk on the field. Hey, once we get to the commit line, and so it's cool to see some of these traditions already and expectations already getting passed down to the young bucks. And, again, we are established, but we still have a lot to grow, with, and still a lot of new traditions that we can create. And these guys are doing it. They already, again, within the line after the last day, hey, coach, what do you think about doing this? Hey, when we come back, what do you think about doing this? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And, one of the things that we implemented last year was the breakfast club, where we're coming in at 6 a.m. for the whole week before we get pads. And, and just to kind of get that mentality. And it was cool. I contemplated doing it. I'm an early bird, so it didn't matter to me. But I'm like, okay, how many guys are we going to get? Well, we got 100% attendance last year for all 5 days. And again, that's the standard. That's the expectation now. And the guys are looking forward to it. They stay the night at each other's houses and, get each other up in the morning. And so again, so there's a lot of cool things happening, at Liberty with and it's all the guys, really the players, who paved the way, creating these traditions, creating the standard, and setting the bar higher and higher every single year. So.
Yeah, it's awesome to see these next classes, sticking to it and holding what was already built, making sure that continues. So. That's really awesome, Coach. Listen, I always appreciate your time. I love talking Liberty football. I got my Bison hat. I'll have to go throw it on and, walk around the IE a little bit with my Bison hat. But I always appreciate the time. Good luck this upcoming season. Hopefully not every single game will be a 1-point game for you guys. So maybe you'll get some easy wins in there. Who knows?
Yeah, you got my heart pounding already for the flashbacks. But no, always a pleasure, Pep, and thanks for what you do for the area. And look out for the Bison this year. Our guys are ready to go. So again, appreciate you having me on.
Yes, sir. That's Adam Contreras, the head football coach for the Liberty Bison here on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.
I always enjoy breaking it down with Coach Contreras at Liberty. The Bison, I think, are going to have a big season coming off their first playoff win last year and set to do it again. They're back for more. They want more this upcoming season. All right, we're going to take one more quick commercial break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, we will talk a little World Cup action. Team USA, was it a success? Was it not a success? And the local angle, right? Our guy Landon Donovan from the IE from Redlands and his teams about 20 years ago, were they better? I'm going to give you my take when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show right after this.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands with Dr. Marcus Paulson. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist that you can trust. And Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken.
All right, let's talk some NBA draft, man. It was another great draft for the Inland Empire specifically. The last couple of years, we had Jared McCain from Centennial. He was drafted. Then we had Carter Bryant, also from Centennial. He went to the Spurs last season in the first round. Well, we've got another first-round pick in Braden Burries from San Bernardino, played high school at Riverside Poly and then Roosevelt High School in Eastvale, going number 10 overall to the Milwaukee Bucks. And here's another layer of interest, Patrick, because we saw the Bucks right before the draft trade Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Miami Heat. Then they go out and draft Braden Burries, and they had another first-round draft pick too. But maybe, I don't want to say they're rebuilding, but dude, Braden Burries, our local guy, could be the franchise player, the face of the franchise for the Milwaukee Bucks now going forward because Giannis is gone.
Maybe a little centerpiece to build around.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, he could be. He's legit. Played 1 year at Arizona, had an awesome freshman season, and then went number 10 overall as a lottery pick for the Milwaukee Bucks. And here's a crazy stat for the IE, too. So my friends at Roosevelt High School hit me up, and they said, hey, has this ever happened where one high school has had a first-round NFL draft pick and a first-round NBA draft pick in the same year? Because they had Chris Johnson, a Roosevelt guy who also played at San Diego State, go to the Miami Dolphins in the first round. Patrick, I think they are. They might be the first high school to have an NBA and NFL first-round draft pick in the same year.
Yeah, that is so wild. I mean, but it happens in the IE. I mean, look at Corona just last year. I mean, 3 kids got drafted into Major League Baseball. To have 1 is insane, but 3 is insane. And then we got another one right here, football and baseball. It's wild. And basketball, it's crazy.
Yeah, what's going on? You're right. That's a great, with the Corona Panthers. I mean, 3 in the first round for the Major League Baseball draft.
Insane.
That may never happen again. That may be one and done. That was crazy. Yeah, and then to have Roosevelt two first-round picks from the same school and the same. Yeah, it's unbelievable. So, congratulations to Braden Burries on the NBA.
Inland Sports.
All right, welcome back to the show. That was me hanging out with Patrick in the morning on KCAL 96.7 FM. We talk sports every Monday and Thursday morning on the radio. Also right now on KCAL and Cola, so Cola 99.9 FM. I'm doing my World Cup recap, so you can listen to that every weekday during the 9 a.m. and the 4 p.m. hour on KCAL and Cola. So if you are down with the World Cup, even though Team USA is not in the tournament anymore, they got bounced, you can still check it out. It's brought to you by SAC Health on KCAL and Cola FM. So this is what the World Cup recap sounded like on Tuesday, the day after Team USA got bounced by Belgium by a score of 4-1 in the round of 16. Let's kick it. It's your World Cup recap. I'm Pep Fernandez from the Inland Sports Show. The United States taking on Belgium in the round of 16 up in Seattle. And it was all Belgium in this one, pummeling the USA 4-1. The U.S. spent much of the match waffling around on defense as the Belgian attack overwhelmed Team USA. Malik Tillman had the lone goal for the red, white, and blue. In the other round of 16 match on Monday, Spain took out rival Portugal by a score of 1-0. It marked the final World Cup game for Portuguese superstar Cristiano Ronaldo. So it'll be Spain versus Belgium in one of the quarterfinals Friday in Los Angeles. I'm Pep Fernandez with your World Cup recap. All right, the World Cup recap on KCAL 96.7 FM and Cola 99.9 FM, brought to you by SAC Health each weekday during the 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. hour. Now, of course, very proud of Team USA, always for the red, white, and blue. But a lot of people are saying, was this year a success for the men's soccer team, despite losing in the round of 16 to Belgium? They had a lot of awesome moments. The TV ratings were through the roof. I think I saw on Twitter it was like 33 million people watched it, which blows out, the NBA Finals and the World Series. I mean, so everyone was watching the World Cup, specifically Team USA. But did they get far enough in the tournament to deem it a success? I say it was good enough. It was stagnant. I don't think they were as good as the team back in 2002. Obviously, that went to the quarterfinals, and that was, when Landon Donovan really had his coming out party, man. It was his breakout World Cup where he helped Team USA beat Portugal. They beat Mexico in a knockout game. They almost beat Germany. That was a really special team, and that was 2002. Can you believe that was, 24 years ago? And even in 2010, Team USA, when Landon really emerged as the face of American soccer, they were still really good. So the guy from Redlands East Valley High School, there he is, Landon Donovan. I think Team USA was in a better spot. So I think at best, U.S. soccer has been stagnant at best. I would probably say they've digressed a little bit, considering how good they were when Landon Donovan, our Redlands guy, was the face of the team. I mean, they went farther in the tournament. So I think at best, again, they were kind of stagnant. But I think, we still got some work to do. Obviously, we can't hang with the European powers. I think with the 8 teams that are in the quarterfinals, 6 of them are from Europe. Morocco from Africa, of course, defending champion Argentina from South America, but the other 6, all from Europe. And one of these days, hopefully the Stars and Stripes will find a way to compete with these European sides that have dominated this tournament. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Inland Sports Show. Big thanks to Marjok Gustafson, the QB for the Riverside Poly Bears, and Liberty head coach Adam Contreras. Man, really appreciate it. We're talking a lot of football as we build up towards the 2026 season. Week 0 is like 5 weeks away or so. I mean, the football is right around the corner. I know a lot of teams are in dead period right now, but once they come out of dead period, all gas, no brakes. I mean, helmets and pads in about, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depending if you play in week 0 or week 1. So it's about to get really fast here across the IE for high school football. That's going to do it for this show. Again, if you're a business or organization like to sponsor and help partner with us to share these awesome sports stories, hit us up, social media, or email inlandsportshow@gmail.com. And if you've got a sports story idea for an interview here on the show, an athlete, a coach, a team, you can also hit us up at inlandsportshow@gmail.com. I'm Pep Fernandez. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next time on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. Good night.